You wake up, not because of an alarm, because of an unfamiliar silence. Your phone is lying beside you, not a single notification. Strange. By this time, someone usually has already texted you. You open your messages. Every conversation is still there, but inside each one, nothing. As if no one had ever known who they were talking to. You call the person closest to you. The phone rings once, twice, then, "Hello?" You smile, but the voice on the other end is cautious. "I'm sorry. Who is this?" You tell them your name. Silence. "I think you've got the wrong number." The call ends, you laugh. Probably some strange mistake, probably, but a few minutes later, it stops being funny. You open your family photo album. Everything is there, the house, the birthdays, the holidays, the friends, everything up except you. As if someone had carefully erased you from every memory. You walk to the mirror. Your reflection is still there. You exist, but to the rest of the world, you don't. You rush outside. People walk past you the way they walk past any stranger. No one smiles. No one says hello. The neighbor you've lived beside for years passes by and casually asks, "Excuse me, are you looking for someone?" You tell him your address. He frowns. A different family lives there. You turn around, it is your house. But now there are different shoes by the door, different flowers, different voices. You ring the bell, the door opens. Standing there is the person you love most in the world. Their eyes are completely empty. No joy, no recognition, no history. "Can I help you?" You begin telling shared memories, a trip you took together, a funny moment. A promise you once made to each other, but every word sounds like you've invented someone else's life. The door slowly closes, and for the first time, a question appears that's even more terrifying than what's happening. If nobody remembers you, how do you know any of it was ever real? You go somewhere that cannot lie, your old school, your childhood street, the courtyard where you grew up, but even the trees seem to have grown without you. You find someone who once sat beside you in class. He smiles politely. I'm sorry. Have we met?" You tell him a story only the two of you could possibly know. He listens carefully, then calmly replies, "That's a beautiful story." In that moment, you realize something strange. Memory doesn't live inside you. It lives between people. As long as someone carries a piece of your story, a piece of you continues to exist. But if everyone forgets, where does an entire lifetime go? You go to the National Archives, birth certificates, school records, diplomas, passport, nothing. As if the world erased more than memories. It erased every proof that you had ever existed. You try to convince the clerk. You recite dates, addresses, facts, but every new detail only makes you seem more suspicious. After all, someone without a past has no evidence. You step back into the street, in a city filled with millions of people. Not one of them knows your name. And then a thought appears, one you never imagined before. Maybe your identity isn't what you believe about yourself. Maybe it's what others remember about you. Night falls. You sit alone in a park. Children laugh nearby. Someone hugs an old friend. Someone calls their parents. Everyone is connected by thousands of invisible threads. Everyone, except you. You never realized how much of a person exists inside other people's memories. Every hello, every I remember, every it's so good to see you. Tiny confirmations that you exist. We think we live independently. But most of who we are is carried inside someone else's memory. The next morning, something even stranger happens. You begin forgetting yourself. First, your favorite song disappears. Then, the smell of home. Then, your mother's voice. You fight to hold on to every memory. You write them down. You repeat them out loud. But every morning, They fade a little more, as if the world didn't just erase you from everyone else's mind. It's slowly erasing you from your own. And another question appears. If one day you forget even your own name, who will be left? You find yourself standing by the ocean. No one knows why you came here. It simply feels easier to hear yourself. You watch the waves for a long time. They don't care who you are. They rolled onto this shore for thousands of years before you. They will keep rolling long after you're gone. For the first time, you feel something unexpected. Peace. If no one remembers your name, does everything you ever did disappear? Does the smile you once gave a child disappear too? Does one act of kindness lose its meaning simply because no one remembers who gave it? Maybe. We leave behind far more than our names. And then, the entire experiment turns upside down. You finally understand. You were never afraid of losing your memories, or disappearing from records, or even being alone. You were afraid of something much deeper, that one day you would discover your life left no trace. No thought, no changed heart, no story that continued after you were gone. That's why people desperately want to be remembered, not for fame, not for immortality, but because memory feels like proof that we existed. Yet maybe the real proof isn't found in memory at all. Maybe it's found in the quiet ways someone's world became different after meeting you. Even if one day they forget your face, even if your name disappears, even if no one can ever say it again. Because sometimes, the most important thing a person leaves behind cannot be remembered. It can only continue to be felt.